Hey Whitney, she has a great question. Happy Friday. I applied to a program with the mayor's office to have summer youth workers help me with my social media. It's great. The mayor's office pays them. Do you think hiring Gen Z to market to Gen Z is a strategy I should continue? It's interesting.
Whitney, where are you located?
She might not be able to.
Sorry. Oh,
there
okay,
you go.
I'm there. I'm in Maryland, and I won the ChangeMaker challenge in Baltimore County. And the mayor's office has a program where they send summer youth workers out for 5 weeks. So I applied, and they sent me eight summer youth workers from the ages of 16 to 21. So with kind of like launching the program and them being the first participants to go through it, they're actually getting paid to go through the financial field trip program.
Yep.
So that way I can kind of test it out, get their feedback. But then as I'm watching them and some of their videos are getting way more views than I've ever gotten, I'm like, should I continue hiring them? Like past this, should I keep some of them? Because there's 2 of them that I could potentially keep too.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, is there a risk, like let's say if they make a mistake when they're typing, because I've seen some typos and I'm like, oh boy, either I'm gonna go viral for this video being great, or I'm gonna go viral for misspelling a word that I didn't type. So I was just asking.
Great question. I remember, Whitney, in my old healthcare days, we had a couple of interns, and one of them put together a PowerPoint presentation to me, and it had a typo in it. I literally almost threw her off the building. I was like, seriously? So I hear you. I feel you. Here's what I would say. The reason why in the Lonely Entrepreneur book, there's a chapter, and in the learning community, there's learning modules called Everybody Sucks. And the reason that we wrote it that way is because that's the way you feel at times. You bring in these people and they do this and they don't do this. And what you really, the perspective you have to change on that is, I'm given an opportunity, or in this case, congratulations to you. You've created an opportunity to increase your bandwidth, right, with these resources. You have to say to yourself, what are they good at and what are they not good at? And what is reasonable to get them to do that I think that they can achieve, right? So remember, they're a certain age, right? There's a lot that they could begin up, but there's a lot that they don't know. So you have to say to yourself, okay, I got a certain amount of resources. What can I get them to do that could be really valuable? I know a couple of years ago, one of the things we did is we created the TLE Army. And the TLE Army was basically people at local universities who were doing social media for TLE, about TLE at their local university. Because we felt they could do that, right? And remember, not all of them are created equal, right? You're going to get some that are better than others. So if you find some that are good at content, right? 100%, you just have to be realistic about what the expectations are. Do they understand the platforms? And eventually what you could do is, if you grow or you get resources where you have like a marketing person, that marketing person could then take advantage of them, right?
Gosh.
But don't expect them to go build your TikTok strategy, right?
No, I understand that. Yes.
And this is true, everybody, for all of your resources that you use, right? Is to get them aligned to realistic expectations of, again, goals. Right. What are good expectations for goals for these types of people, given the time that they're going to spend?
Okay, and then I'm sorry, I just thought about this question too. So I've also been reaching out to the radio stations, because technically they're my social media and marketing team. So I've been reaching out to the radio stations in order to do a financial field trip, so that way they can kind of talk to the radio station and see what marketing looks like on their end. Today we actually got a response back, and they want to do an on-air segment. Is it a good idea to let them join in on the conversation and reflect on their experiences, or should I just have them kind of be in the background when it comes to that? Because it's more important to talk about the launch of the financial field trip than it is to have them have that experience.
Awesome question. So think about what you're trying to accomplish, right? You're trying to get the listenership to go, wow, this is cool. Let me pay attention to it, maybe whatever. So I certainly wouldn't leave them to their own devices, right? But I would organize and tee them up in a way, right, that is at least in some way structured, right? So you can, so they can really aligned to what the message, because you have a finite message that you're trying to get across.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And so now at the same token, it's better, right, to hear from somebody that's actually been in the program than just to hear from you. Right. So I know when Lonely Entrepreneur has done interviews, especially from my team members, when we launched our Black initiative, never forget the story. We were in Milwaukee and it had come out. We had done some stuff with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I was on the phone in the backseat of an Uber, and there was a young lady. She was probably 25 or 26, Black woman. And I'm talking to them about the Lonely Entrepreneur and this learning community and compliments of the Milwaukee Bucks. Black entrepreneurs can get it. And when she dropped me off, she said, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but can you tell me what this thing is? And she's like, I'm like, yeah, Black entrepreneurs get this for free because of the Bucks. She goes, can I have it? And I'm like, sure. And I texted it to her and she got it. She starts crying. And she's like, I don't have people in my community that are starting businesses, and I've been trying to start this business, and and she ended up doing this amazing video. And I was like, don't take it from us. Just use it and tell us what you think. And she was like, there's nothing that we could have said that was better than what she said in her own words. Right.
Yeah.
But you still, when you're going in a public forum, like a radio station, you got to kind of manage it a little bit. Right. People, a lot of times when you have people in audiences that ask questions, they're plants. Right. They'll stick them in the audience and ask the question because they're trying to control it. So you don't want it to be like that, but you do want to control it. But it sounds like it's a great opportunity.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You got it.